Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing #1 XRP Insider. Hit that like subscribe button, super chat to spread the truth and integrity. Because it's true, cryptocurrency markets are manipulated by a sophisticated criminal gangster cartel that has infiltrated the United States government, Federal Reserve, and world banking system. Sidestop this and 1000x your portfolio.
Explosive new intro to Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. Remember the bell notification like I told you before. #1 cryptocurrency influencer. And we're going to go into an explosive educational video this afternoon and now this evening on the 20th of March of 2024 after a phenomenal, gorgeous, glowing, early spring day with a high temperature of a 50 a daytime high temperature as temperatures fell through the day of 41 degrees in the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in central Illinois under sunny skies out ahead of a weather system moving in. But we had the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, and the criminal gangsters talk about and alluding that he wants to and his plans are to execute an interest rate cut as Bitcoin is even right now as the new day is started and yesterday has closed after a 9% gain and massive rallies across the board. His intentions and their plan is to execute possibly upwards of 3 rate cuts of a quarter basis points each or 3/4 of a basis point cut by the end of 2024, which would be bullish. XLM got rejected up here at this critical 13.5 cents coming off last summer's manipulated pump and orchestrated flawlessly by the criminal gangsters. And then we got heavily rejected after a nice pump vertically of greater than a 50% move in a very short time as Bitcoin was reaching all-time highs, see 50%. Then we dumped about 30%. Now we're back on top with the rally today that is small that you can't see in the daily time frame. So we'll zoom into the 4-hour. You can see we're just on top, but just below the major moving averages, but just on top of this critical 13-cent level that you need to hold, and then you can make a quick run straight back up here to 15.5 cents. And to get ultimate bullish long-term, you need to break that, and then you can hit some new highs that are way up there, starting at about 21 cents, right? So that's what we're looking like in this short picture there. The XRP, you can see we bounced off that major 57-cent level, but if we do zoom out real quickly to the daily time frame, oops, I'm drawing all over my gorgeous, beautiful, glowing, lovely picture here. You can see we're in the same formation and started it at the same time as Bitcoin in the exact same formation, except Bitcoin went up about 300% in the move. XRP only peaked at a blank screen. See that? It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. It's an almond from the crypto gods. Get out, sell everything, run for the hills, get in gold and silver, bullion and mining stocks. No, I'm just playing around here. It's a little fun. But you can see we are up to it got up to about 90 cents. And it did. It got up about 222%. So it technically did do the same move Bitcoin did. It just did it back here. And that's why I was alluding to yesterday and watched that explosive video with my industry exclusive theory that maybe XLM and XRP just front ran this time the Bitcoin move and went 250% up. And Bitcoin went 250% up. Bitcoin's 250% up, just happened to be all-time highs. But you can see we got rejected up here the last time where that beautiful little arrow is, up here at about 76 cents. But this rising channel has its uptrending upper resistance in green. You can see we hit it back here in 2022 in December. We hit it up here in August of 23. We hit it back there in the April time frame of 23, and then we hit it here regionally, locally, into this time frame in April of 24, and we got rejected. Then you got your classic underneath uptrending support, and if you can't hold this blue trading zone and try to come back up and beat at this upper resistance again, you're going to come down near this 49 cents lower support in this rising channel. And just like the Bitcoin price, if you broke the rising channel, the technical target, yep, absolutely. Unfortunately, that beautiful, lovely, world-famous friend of ours, 37 cents would be your underneath support and an obvious and a logical target that it would come down to extremely quickly on a descent. You take the stairs up and an elevator to the floor and you splat all over the ground down. and then you would have to gather some steam, gather some buyers, gather that momentum, the hype, the enthusiasm of that new orgasmic run-up, and then try to gather them buyers and support where they would most likely and undoubtedly be at that 37-cent level. And you would have to come up, you would have to pump up, and you would have to try to make a run at that blue trading zone of death, blue trading zone of sellers, blue trading zone of weak hands, and you have to force your way and chip away and beat away at them sellers until that wall is weak enough and you can explode. You can ferociously explode through there and try to breach 52-week lows, try to breach 3-year lows, try to make a run at the 2016 all-time high, but that can only be possible with the buyers, that can only be possible with the momentum, and that can only be possible with the fortitude of a expanding, explosive institutional adoption and retail hodling, right? SEC probing crypto, and this is some of the news that we were talking about as we're the number one news insider too. SEC probe crypto companies and Ethereum investigation as hopes for ETF dim. The regulator status of Ether has long been a point of contention for the Securities and Exchange Commission, and this was from March the 20th of 2024. Gary Gensler of the Securities and Exchange Commission waging a legal campaign to classify Ethereum, the second most popular cryptocurrency, as a security, as Ethereum is trying with BlackRock to get a Bitcoin or to get an Ethereum ETF, and Bitcoin's already got its BlackRock ETF. And after a long legal fight with the SEC, they're moving their fight to another competitor, and that is Ethereum, BlackRock, and others for an Ethereum ETF, following the SEC approval of a series of Bitcoin ETFs in January, which exploded the Bitcoin price to all-time highs, covered at VINCENZO'S Go Crypto Investing. The SEC Ethereum investigation involves demanding companies furnish documents, any documents and financial records that may have regarding their dealings with the Ethereum Foundation, a nonprofit group that oversees the governance and the development of the blockchain by the same name. You can see how that could be sort of, I don't know, a scam. I didn't say that. Probe, but they're all like that. Swiss-based Ethereum Foundation begins shortly after the blockchain Swift to a new governance model known as proof of stake in September of 2022. Another person at the separate company that received a subpoena described it as a narrow and focused on Ethereum Foundation and said that they received the subpoena in the last few weeks. The proof of stake moved the blockchain away from the energy intensive and environmentally harmful used by Bitcoin in favor of an ecological and an environmental revolution and clean green energy and reduction of necessary power and energy. But the SEC took that to attack the Ethereum because they are trying to get a Ethereum ETF. The SEC and the Biden administration pursue aggressive campaign to cut down the crypto industry, which characterized as lawless by this campaign, however, has been frustrated at times by the vague legal status of cryptocurrencies, which has led to a series of court battles. There's a critical question about jurisdiction, whether it would be the SEC looking over it as the superior person looking over the jurisdiction of these coins, or it would be the commodities group or whoever. But that is the major problem. The Fed holds interest rates steady, postponing rate cuts amid stubborn inflation. They wanted to lower them the last couple of times, and they can't because of stubborn inflation. The Federal Reserve held interest rates steady Wednesday, opting to keep rates highly elevated as progress towards lower inflation has stalled. Obviously, it's impossible to cut inflation at money printing and the mass spending